Okay. I think we can hear ourselves now. Not too sure though. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit confusing.
Yeah, there was an echo there. Uh,
Okay. Let's try this again. Um, welcome Shopping Spree 3. I am your commentator for today, and I am joined by Ray Ray. All right, say your thing again.
Hello, this is my first time commentating, so hopefully it goes well, and I'm glad to finally be here as a commentator. Been looking forward to it all week.
Sorry about that. Just a little technical difficulty on my side, but I am happy to commentate this stream, even though we did have a little technical difficulties earlier. Now we can actually get it started. Um, we have a lot of teams here. Agenda, couple really good pickups like Vaporeon, like the team that has Vaporeon on it, and then also uh, let's see, looking through it right now, we have the Trulings. I think that they're a pretty good team. They have a lot of good players, and we're just gonna see a lot of good matches today, just like we saw last week. Maybe it'll top this week, maybe it won't. Well, it's just a test of time. Oh man, that really threw me off, but we will be getting into our first game soon, so just sit tight and we will make up for the issue that recently happened. Our first game is going to be between Pocket Aces and sorry, I do not know how to say that name. Uh, I'm not even gonna try. But both these teams, I haven't heard too much about the other team, but I have gone against Pocket Aces. I think they are a very good team. Their entire scheme is definitely the one of the more fun things to play in the game, like the decav, the pro. I think those are two really fun weapons to commentate as well as just watch play. Uh, hmm. So also I'll just have fun seeing what this other team will run. I do see Tax Fraud on that team. I think Tax Fraud is a pretty good player, but we are going to
Yeah,
be
they see.
going to Splat Zones on Robo Ramen. Do you have anything to say about this map mode, Ray Ray?
Honestly, not my best map, not at all. But I feel like the comp that they might run with Pro could work very well on it. I think that Booyah would be very effective at just pushing up past their like little ramp area, especially if they have a backline just Booyahing near glass. It could throw them off completely. Honestly, Pro is just very versatile on that if they do decide to play it, which they likely will if they see the potential.
All right, we're getting into our first game now. Splat Zones Robo Ramen. This map has a lot of very, very close quarters places, especially going into mid through that area right there. We do see a jet bow coming out from the side of Pocket Aces. That is not something you normally see, but this pro is just going to start going into mid. They're going to try and open up strong and get specials. We do
Sadly, they just
see
get
a
straight up outpainted by the heavy.
yeah,
Not
we
much
do
I could do
see a
anything about
zone.
that.
We do see a zone cap by the other team. They're gonna slide up, and I don't think that slider got anybody. But it was able to take a lot of space. We do see
It's
a
just
really
decaving
good
their bow
flank,
now. Nice bubble by the decav too, just holding that space really well. Oh, gets there and gets a pick off shockingly.
and now it doesn't look like they're in too good of a position, but I think they might be able to make something work. The jet coming out from the jet bar, are they going to be able to find any picks on that? They do have the Booyah Bomb coming out and that reslider. I don't think it was supposed to do that on the right, but that's
Especially if they
fine.
had popped it a bit later. They could have definitely just killed all 4 of them right there. They were very clumped up. That's unfortunate.
They do have the cooler out from the yellow team, so maybe they're going to try and push up with that. They do have all 3 of them on pocket aces clumped to the right, while the heavy it is just bottom right, maybe trying to drag a little attention here. I don't know, but there is a bubble coming out from the decap. They're going to use their specials to try and just hold the zone. There's one from the yellow team going around behind. They're able to find one, and will they be able to find the one on the heavy edit? No, they aren't, but that was a really good play by the blaster.
Blaster's now trying to peek bottom left. I'm shocked that they are not met with anything else but just the pro. Oh, but the pro or decaf drops actually picking them off, pushing their cooler and just staying bottom left. If they don't deal with the decaf, they're just going to get pushed. So they really need to focus on keeping zone and also remembering that the decaf is there. It's just starting up right now. Gets 1. Rushes forward 2. Does he get the 3rd one? Oh wait, maybe still potential. Yes, bubble. You can pop it right now. He does pop the bubble, crushing the pen, and the pen jumps out.
That was a really good play by the decap, able to bubble on their snipe area and able to take a lot of space with just that one play. They do have the cooler up, so they are going to be able to extend that, but they also have the cooler on the side of the yellow team. 1 goes down, 2 goes down. It is on even footing right now. It's just the heavy and pen for the yellow team and the jet bow and the forge for pocket aces. Are they going to be able to do anything here? They will be able to.
Again.
This decap just going crazy, able to get 2 on the backside of the yellow team, and the blaster is just left there alone.
It's now a 4v3 in the... Oh, missed this splash. Did they get punished for it? Oh, they actually get 2 off... Oh, shoot! The Dread Ringer right there just got 2, and then somebody else finished off the 3rd one. Now it's just a pro, and he jumps back. Now, thankfully, that's Bria, so hopefully they can try to make something happen out of that, but right now it's looking pretty rough that they don't really have any specials that can retake right now.
Yeah,
they do get forward.
Will they be able to push up with that? The blaster's able to take them out, and it's just the jet bow, so their push is going to be stopped right here, and the yellow team able to take the lead. They're just gonna probably go up here now since they do have a lot of space. There's only 15 ticks left on the timer, and the decap goes down. They're gonna rush the bubble and take it out with the slider. They're gonna take another one out for the blaster, and that is the end of our first game.
Really unfortunate for the other team there. There was a lot of moments where if they had just maybe played a bit better, I feel like they could have gotten back in.
Yeah, that definitely was a good game from both sides. I think that Pocket Aces was just letting the blaster run all over their face, and
Exactly.
honestly, that's just what killed them in the end. There was just so many bad picks from Pocket, like the decav able to go up and then take a lot of space, but they just weren't able to work off of it, and they did get the lead in the first half, but they struggled at the end. And it's unfortunate, but maybe they'll be able to turn it around in the second game. Let's see.
TC Inkblot. Well, they had a pen last time, so I'd imagine that they'd run it again. I'm not sure if they'd run heavy at it again, though. Not sure how it performs on this map. But I wonder if they'll bring out like a leader or something like that. A lot of pen players, you'll see they'll play leader, and leader can do pretty good if you're pretty good at it on Inkblot TC. I've seen some leaders go crazy on this map.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think leader is a really good pick on this map. Honestly, I think a lot of backlines are a really good pick on this map. Just
Definitely.
as long as you're good at them, then they can't really be a bad backline, if you know what I mean. But this map is very close. There is a lot of chokes on this map, especially the one going up the left side or right side, depending on what side you're on. Just going up that ramp, very messy place. It could either be a landslide for one team, so they can push them back, or get a really good push in, and it's really topsy-turvy. You never know what's going to happen, so that's what makes it so much fun to commentate.
Exactly. Well, it's taken a while to ready up after that game. It looks like they must be really thinking about their comp this time.
And we will be getting into the next game now. Inkblot TC, definitely one of the better map modes in this game. Another one of my favorites. We will be seeing a different comp maybe from the other team here. I don't know
Yep,
what they
same
might
comp for
run.
Pocket Aces.
No,
Looks like
it's
it's
the
the
same comp.
same exact for both teams.
We're still sticking with the jet bow on the side of
Yep, but
Pocket
they're
Aces.
standing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they are standing still. Okay.
Um,
Why did they end the game?
hmm, that is a bit confusing.
I'm gonna cancel the match. They say in Sunday queue that they're gonna cancel it, but I don't see why not. Why they would. Everything seems to be correct. Oh shit. Sorry about that.
Will be just a moment.
Oh, maybe they're getting a sub. Hopefully, they do a bit better on Inkblot TC because on this map, clumping up is not good at all, considering there's two sides that are very, very important, very flankable. If you let one side go unnoticed, even if it's just one person on one side, if two people go that side, then expect to lose it honestly, unless somehow your team member or mech diffs, the likelihood of that happening is very, very low. So hopefully they can work it out and work very well together, or else they'll just be seen getting steamrolled.
Right. This is one of those maps, and I think maybe the Jetbow pick won't be as bad on this. I'm not too sure about it since it is against a pen and a heavy combo on the other team. So it might be a little lagging behind on the end of Pocket Aces. But if I think that if they play fast and are able to get the decent picks again with the decav, if they're able to take the space, able to take the bats too, then I just think that they have the chance to shut this team out. Since there was the opportunity to at the start of the Robo Ramen game, I just think they kind of lost their footing a little bit after that initial push with the decav.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we're just waiting for one person to ready up, and we will be getting back into the game.
So confused as we're going to cancel it, but all right, same comp, I'm assuming, because if they change it, I don't think that's allowed.
Yep, we're still sticking jet bow pot for Pocket Aces, and they're going Machine and Splash Neo instead of the Heavy and the Dread on the blue team here. I can't wait to see this since Machine is not normally seen at all in comp anymore. We're gonna see the Forge. We're gonna see the Forge going around right. Yeah, that was a crazy pick by the Forge. They're able to go up right now. Maybe they're just bomb spamming, and they're gonna have the space out to the right here. Very strong opening for Pocket Aces. They're close to special, but the blaster does go down. That is a very bad position to be in. This Forge is left alone, and they're pincered and taken out.
Very good opening to a very poor one. It went 2 down all the way just to a 4v1 in an instant. That's why you need to be really careful in watching those left and right sides. But there's a blaster on the tower hoping to pick off the pen right now. Splash down to counter him, pen and the blaster watching him. And they get the pick off. Now it's, all 2 teammates go down, and now it's a 1v2. Can the Heavy at it keep the space? They get directed by the blaster. Now they get to keep pushing. It just looks very poor for the other team. No specials right now. But maybe they can, yeah, I got the pick off on the blaster at the tower. And they push forward, getting mid. Pushing very fast here.
And now Pocket Aces is able to take back the space. They do have the Booyah Bomb and the Cooler, so maybe they have all specials now. Unfortunately, the Forge tries to jump the gun at the bats, and it gets taken out by the pen. They have the Cooler on the side of the blue team. Maybe they're going to be able to push them back once again. Will this happen? The Heavy Edit is taken out. They are lost with both their anchors, and the third one goes down. There is a bubble, but the Forge is just left alone on the plat. They are really low, so maybe they're going to be taken out. Oh, and the ball able to shoot him all the way across the Splatlands, it seems. And they're going to be close to a jet here. This is very awkward positioning for the bow, but if it works, it works. And now it is 3 down for Pocket Aces. They are being absolutely torn apart at the start here by the blue team.
They're going to need a really good opening to get past here. It's a 1v4 once again with just the Blaster being alive on Pocket Aces. They're just being pushed back and back and back, and there's not much they can do about this. They're either going to need a really good Booyah Bomb for the Forge or a really good Jet. Because I don't think that the bubble will be able to get them through here. Because the Blaster is likely close there. Oh, they actually get a pick. They get 3 picks. Oh, and actually the Pocket Aces gets a wipeout. Really important right there, too, before they can get the checkpoint. So it is possible for them to come back. Blaster just speaking the ledges right now. Really weak now.
That was a really good stop to the push by Pocket Aces. Are they going to be able to push up here? They have the bubble, but it does get taken out by the Blaster on the other side. And 2 go down for Pocket Aces. It is just the Heavy Edit on the right here. They're going to try and back up, but I don't know how good this will do for them. Yeah, the Heavy Edit gets taken out. They have specials on the side of the blue team. There is the Blaster stuck right. They're going to be taken out by the Blaster. Blaster v Blaster. And the Sea Blast able to come out on top in that fight. They're going to be able to start once again another push onto Pocket Aces.
Yeah, yet again, I don't think that they're going to be able to come back from this one. They were given too many chances, but third tries the charm, I'm going to assume. Pocket Aces, it seems to be even ground, even though they were 1-up very short ago. The Pro does have Booyah Bomb, which they can, if they use it wisely here, they should be able to retake mid very, very, very easily. They see the Blaster on the right side to fight them, but the Blaster pops Splashdown. Pro's very weak. They get a pick. 2 picks in a row. Oh my god. 3 with a direct right there. That is crazy. This Blaster is just popping off this game. They seem to be unstoppable. They're basically just chewing Pocket Aces up. They throw possibly, yeah.
They're giving Pocket Aces no room to breathe here. This Blaster is just running in and getting pick after pick after pick. And that is another pick from the Blaster. Are we able to find another one? Yes, that is another pick from the Blaster.
In a row?
The Blaster gets taken out, but he was on an absolute rampage. Maybe they're gonna be able to get one more push in here before it ends. The Forge able to find 2. They aren't able to find another one since they jump out. The Blaster's probably going to drop down, but they do have 3 specials. They pop the Cooler. Are they going to be able to get a push and start this? And are they going to be able to have a chance to win this game? It is very far-fetched, but maybe they can make something work. It is like asking for a miracle. They are going to strike the tower, and they're going to take it, and that is the end of the second game.
Sadly unfortunate the way that strikes works, but can't hate the players, gotta hate the game, you know. 3 strikes on the tower and it automatically ends every single game. You'll see a lot of tower games just be thrown by either a Booyah on the tower or strikes on the tower. Sadly, not much you can do about it except just hope that you somehow make it out on the other team, but good game overall. Very good game for that Blaster. That Blaster was just completely curb stomping them. There was not much they could do about it.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I think that honestly, losing the decav in on the side of Pocket Aces was what led to them getting the least amount. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. Not getting that many picks in the second game, just because I think that decav was really pulling a lot of heavy weight in that first game, able to start a push and then get the bubble up. And I think that the swap to Blaster, yes, it was tower control, but I think that the decav honestly could have worked better than the Blaster there, especially on
Alright. Naru. Yeah, I don't know where you went. Just pause the stream. All right, we're going to BRB. Sorry about that. All right, apologies for that. My commentator, my fellow commentator, randomly disappeared, but give it a bit of time and we'll be into our next game. Oh god, he's gone again. Oh, he's here again.
Okay, I'm back.
Can everyone get a hallelujah in the chat for Naru's thankfully not death? Actually, I worded that really weirdly.
We'll be back in 1 moment.
Mm-hmm. All right, for this game, we have Crankin 28s versus Refresh. Crankin 28s, I played with them in FTIU, and they are a pretty good team, pretty strong. They've been holding on very, very strong. Their player, Juju, I believe that they play dually squelchers, very good dually squelchers. They hold the team together sometimes. and I've seen some really good clips from them.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys, another little technical difficulty. There's just my Wi-Fi went out. There has been pretty bad rain. But anyway, Refresh versus Cranking 28s. I know you were just talking about Cranking 28s, Ray Ray, but uh, I think Cranking 28s is a really, really good team. I was able to watch one of their sets last week. I think it was against Malevolence. They did really good. Juju was on bow, not normally something that you really see from Juju because they are a Dually Squelchers player, right?
Yes, yes.
But they were really good at bow. I think that their bow was something to be reckoned with, and I don't think they're gonna be on bow in this set, but maybe we'll see it. Maybe, maybe not. I haven't seen a lot of Refresh, but I do know that they did participate last week. I'm not too sure how good they did, but I'm going to be happy to commentate and see what they're able to do, especially on the map mode. Undertow tower control. What do you have to say about this, Ray Ray?
Honestly, for me, Undertow Tower Control, one of my, I like this map definitely more than some of the others. I just really like the whole left and right situation that it has going on. It really makes it feel more impactful, the fights that you take. Because if even in this, like if we compare it to something like Mahi, where if you lose a fight in mid, there's still someone to come and like cover for you more easily. But in Undertow, having two people on left and two people on right, it makes it a lot more impactful if you get a pick on the left and push the person back, because then it gives you control of most of that left area, which can be really, really bad for the other team. But it really depends on what other teams run, because sometimes you'll have people go on that top snipe area and get a really early pick, which can be bad for a team. And if they do end up running bow, if they run something like the jet bow, that can be rough on this map if they don't have something that can counter it really well.
Well said, well said. I think that uh, this map very annoying to play on. Just my personal experience. I did say that Rainmaker Undertow was my hardest map mode, but Tower Tower Undertow. It's not one of the easiest. Like it's I don't think it's worse than Rainmaker on this map, but I do think that is still pretty bad. Um, I think the second check is really where everything is gets kind of crazy. Just I think all the checks have some kind of uh sorry, they all have like some kind of way for the enemy team to just take it and push you back. And if you aren't able to be ready for that, then I think that can really be the deciding factor in any one of these games.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. It really
Yeah,
depends what the other
especially
team runs. They'll likely have a Booyah or a Strikes, because even without just throwing Booyah or Strikes on the tower, Undertow have both those specials very, very well. They work very well on this map.
yeah, maybe we'll see a V-Doy too, because I know Crab is pretty good on this map. Uh, I would love to see maybe a crazy play from one of these two teams. I know Crankin' 28s is like the team of crazy plays most of the time, but maybe we'll see Refresh kind of pull one under their feet. Maybe they'll just take it away. Maybe they'll push the tower really really good and secure the game for them against Crankin' 28s, because I'm not too sure how good Refresh is, but we are going to see. We're getting into our first game of this group set. We are going to see Backless from Crankin' 28s, and we're going to see a heavy Twinks
No
Toys too.
Strikes for Refresh, but we have Booyah Sword for 28s. No Jet Squelchers. I'm very shocked to see that. I know Juju used to play it a lot, but he seems to have switched over to Dapple. Sword fighting alone on left might get early kills.
The roller, yeah, the roller does go down on the side of Refresh. That means that one of their main aggressive people goes down, and the shot goes down. So it is just the Twinks just running around, and the Dapples able to take them out. They are going to be having a very strong push going into this second check, and they just have Refresh kind of on the back foot here. I don't know what they're really gonna do, but they do take one out, and this roller getting caught on the right there. They have the cooler on the side of Clinky 28. They're bleeding the tower now. They have the bubble too. Is this going to be the end of the game? Maybe they're trying to drag attention with the sword on top left, and two go down, and that is really bad for Refresh.
I think that's it. I don't see them coming back on this unless the roller gets on tower right now. But 2v2 with Dread and Dapples right now. Oh, wait, maybe the Dapples can clutch it up here. Nope. They do just barely manage to take it back. One left for Refresh to come back from. They have to knock out or else it's over. And that's going to be really hard considering if they go into overtime, they will have the bomb just to end the game for Crank and 28. Just the Zimmy painting for their bubble right now. Hopefully it can do something good. And they're backing up right now heavily though. They're pushing 28s really far back without getting any picks. Just the pressure alone seems to be enough. But this roller might die here. Yep. 2v3 right now with the roller dead and Dooley's. Just the heavy now. The heavy's just going to back up here, I'd imagine.
It does seem that Refresh is panicking a little bit. I think that being left at one is kind of shuddering them a little bit. I don't know if they're going to be able to come back from this. The roller is able to find one behind, and it looks like they're going to try and pincer the tower. One goes down on the tower, just the Dapples left for Crank and 28. So that is the end of their push, but it was really good defense from both sides on both of those pushes that were just trying to happen.
Yeah, right now it just seems to be even ground and neutral. Everyone's just trying to find their own picks with the Dapple having the cooler, so maybe they can make something out. Oh my god, the Dapple gets a really sneaky pick on the shot right there. That was very shocking. 2 down for Refresh with 28s. Yet again, getting in the third push. Third time is the charm, is what they always say. So hopefully they might be able to knock out. If not, then they still have a very strong lead. That Refresh will need to very strongly push them back. It might just end here, honestly. No one coming for the tower, and knockout for 28s. That is a very, very quick game with very fast pushes from 28s. They kept a lot of pressure all the time, easily pushing Refresh back and getting the very, very, very smart picks when no one expected to come from. It didn't even seem like there was that much kills going on. Just the overall pressure that 28s managed to provide was more than enough to keep Refresh back and in their base.
Yeah, I think that they were kind of chirping a little bit on their first push, trying to go back after Crank and 28s got them down to just one left. So I think that they were kind of panicking a little bit and trying to force something. And they were just getting forced into these 2v1s that were not really ideal for Refresh. The heavy wasn't able to really move forward because the Dapples, we saw that they were just living rent free in that top right, just getting the cooler, and everybody was just getting their specials. Very good special coordination from Crank and 28. Great flanks too, and like you said, they were just able to really control the left side.
Yeah. Sorry, just 1 moment. Jeez, everybody.
We will be going to the second team here. Let's see. Sorry, 1 moment. Zones on Mahi Mahi Resort. Definitely the smallest and probably one of the most annoying maps in the game. I think that this map is very lockout heavy, very special heavy too. The zone is really small, so we're probably gonna see a Dapple Nouveau pick from Crank and 28, since we do know that Juju did go the V Dapples, so maybe we'll see something like that. We're definitely going to see a lot of crazy plays here from either of the teams, since I do know that the roller on Refresh does like to shark a lot and get behind them and try and find picks, so maybe we'll see something crazy here. They go Dually Squelchers in V-Sword, and is that a Zuka mini too? They do have a slider for Crank and 20. Orange Zap and N parries from Refresh. The decav instead of the roller. That's
very
pretty odd.
You have here. And decaf
The
goes down
decaf,
early. 28 yet again just keeping up that crazy pressure that they just cannot beat out.
and now Crank and 28s is down 2, but are they going to be able to come back fast? The Booyah Bomb does come out from Crank and 28s, able to take out the Imperi Julies. They are going to be able to secure a lead here to go down on the side of Refresh. They're not going to be able to come back from this, I don't think, since they don't really have a lot of pushing power. It's just the Decav and the Imperis back here. I want to see what they can do on this come up here, because maybe they'll have the specials and the decap just immediately gets taken out by the sword. They have complete control of the right side. Maybe the left will do them some good. They are sliding the bubble and taking it out immediately. They are able to flip the zone for refresh, but I don't know how much that will help them, since maybe Crank and 28s will be able to come back really strong here.
Yeah, they have just been completely demolishing them, it seems. If they can get a really strong hold here, maybe they can just 100 toe them right here. They're getting pretty good picks with that. 28 is getting pretty good picks, with Juju taking up that top left area and pushing, keeping the pressure up from behind them, potentially pincering them, with now Refresh having 2 down, with the heavy jumping out and the decaf just spawning back in. Looking to drop right, it seems, with his bubble once he gets it. He might be able to get a crazy play right here. He pops the bubble on the ledge, dies to a bomb. Oh, that's unfortunate. I wonder if it would have been differently if he just dropped down with 28 yet again being very strong, getting a strong pick with that Booyah Bomb. I don't know if there's much that Refresh can do here. 28 has a very strong holding position right here. They throw down the wave breaker with the heavy, looking to hopefully paint in their decap or their Imperi to get some picks in. They have very little time. If they don't go right now, it's likely over. Their heavy has to do something to get the zone done. With their decap putting a bubble, and unfortunately the heavy dies to a bomb. That ends the game right there.
That was a really strong game by Crank and 28. So like I said, in the middle of that game, I don't know how much that flipping the zone would do for refresh, since Crank and 28 was just immediately able to come back and plow them out of there and just keep them out. The unfortunate deaths to the bombs, and honestly, I think that just the overall coordination kind of fell short at the end of that game. But that is going to be the end of the second group set between Crank and 28s and Refresh. It was 2 really good games, but
Most definitely.
yeah.
It's just cranking 28s over time. Over time, they've gotten really, really good. We faced them once in Shark Tank a while ago, and we had beaten them. But now, seeing them play like this, I can definitely see the crazy amount of improvement that they've had. It's very, very noticeable. I believe that we can do the Beardy right now. My bad. Alright, we will be seeing you for the next set very, very shortly. It'll be an interesting game.
Hello and welcome back to Shopping Spree number 3. We did see very good sets in groups, the last two sets. Now we are going to see another banger set, most likely. It is Starboard versus the Trueling. Starboard, very strong team on against them before. They have a lot of really good strengths. I think that the brush is really good on that team. And the Trillings, I haven't seen a lot of them, but I do know one of the players on their team. Maybe they'll be able to maybe they'll be able to take this game and go into bracket strong. Maybe Starboard will be able to take the game and go into bracket strong. Honestly, it could go either way since I think both these teams are on pretty much the same level. What do you think, Ray Ray?
Yeah, just going through all their team pages right now, it seems that they have mostly the same skill level, with Starboard winning some good Div 7 caps like Teacup. They even won Mud Cup themselves too, which is a really good tournament to win. It really proves that you're up there. Just looking at their team pages right now, so not much for me to say. If I can actually look and see. I'm now going to look at the Trulings and see what their team's going on. Actually, there is no team page. It seems to just be a pickup for them, with some very strong people on their teams. It seems that they have a decav bucket slash wiper, blaster slash brella, splash slash pro, and a S blast player. I assume that is going to be decav for the for I can't speak for Yuri, because I'm not sure what what other weapons they play that could fit into the comp that they might run if the S Blast player does play their weapon this time around. But we'll just have to see what they play for this map, because I'm not sure how S Blast would perform on Umami.
Speaking of the map, we are going to be going on to the first game in just a couple minutes here. The first game is going to be on Clan Blitz Umami Ruins. Clan Blitz Umami Ruins is definitely one of the better maps. I think it is pretty lockout heavy, but there is a lot of push potential on this map. I think special usage is definitely going to be one thing that they're going to have to really get down for both teams, to just enter into that really small choke. And we're probably going to just see a lot of good plays from both the teams. I think that the brush will definitely be a big part for Starboard in this game. Maybe the brush will get shut down. We'll see.
Yeah, they'll also likely run decav just for that bubble. Pushing up the basket with a decav bubble is a very strong option, because it is very hard to counter that. Because if you play too close to it, then the teammates that are flooding to get the basket will simply just pick you off. And if you just try to play around it, the decav themselves will push forward and likely get a double, maybe even a triple. It just depends. Very hard weapon to play around, and on this map, bubble is very strong. Many places that you can place it, so I'm assuming we'll see a decav here.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why this map is just so lockout heavy is because of that dome area right next to the basket. Because maybe a backline or just some sort of anchor on either one of these teams, if they get enough space, maybe the decav will go up, and then their backline or the anchor or whoever it is for that team, they'll be able to take the dome and just shoot wherever they want. They have complete lockdown of the top left drop. They have complete, like, they just have eyes everywhere from that one spot, and that's just why it is such a crazy lockout map. It just doesn't really let people move forward if they have a really good hold. And maybe we'll see that, just because I know that there's definitely a lot of potential for that on really any team going into this map. We've seen it from a lot of teams in these tourneys, but yeah.
Other team taking a while to get into the room. I wonder if they're having any technical difficulties right now.
But regardless, we are going to get into this game very soon. But we will talk about this map a little bit more. I remember I saw Krinken 28s on this map last week, and it was just a really crazy lockout. I didn't get to see Umami Ruins on Clams anymore after that, I'm pretty sure. So just it being between these two teams in particular, I think that this will be a really good game, maybe the game of groups, like the game that we're gonna love to see in groups, and possibly the best of the day.
Hopefully it is a good set with our caster doing a little bit of gambling. I see. Gotta fill in the void somehow. If the other team takes too long, then it seems. Wait, whose team is taking long? Well, yeah, it seems that Starboard might be able to get a game off if they take too long. If the Trulings take too long to get their fourth in here, we are currently waiting on one of their team members. They might have to end up getting a sub unless their team member is maybe in an open game, or maybe they are just going to the bathroom. Hopefully, the game is not taken for free, because that would just be a shame to not be able to watch it go down, as this map is very interesting to see. Sometimes you see some crazy plays from backlines just going absolutely nuts on top mid and right on their dome. You might see a crazy clip from a blaster trying to peek from top mid, from bottom right or bottom left. There's so many things that can happen on Umami. Is a very good map to commentate, I would imagine. So hopefully this does not get shut down, as this would be Naru's last chance likely to see this map, this tournament.
Yeah. It is your first time commentating, so I would hope that none of the games go to waste here. And yeah, this map has a lot going on. Anything can really happen. What the left is very open. Well, the bottom left drop is really open. Trying to go around right, over the dome, just the ledge there too. There's a lot of ledges on this map, and blasters can really wreak havoc and just live here for free, and you can't really do too much about them. So maybe we'll see the S blast from Trulings, and maybe the S Blast will get a lot of really good picks. We're just kind of anticipating a lot of things that might happen here, and the fact that there is just so much to anticipate and so much things that can happen in just on the map between these two teams with their comps, really speaks for itself with just this map and map mode as a whole.
Ooh, this seems to be getting pretty awkward though for just looking in the chat right now. It seems that their fourth is charging their Switch, which my question is, how did your Switch die? Are we not playing on a dock? And if are we not playing with it plugged in after the 3 low battery warnings that you get? Hopefully it's not just an excuse, but I believe in 1 more minute that Starboard will take their first game, because after that it would be 10 minutes into the set.
Yeah, there's definitely an anomaly called handheld players on this game. Specifically, specifically the ones that don't charge their Switch, and it's just, it's it's something that happens, and unfortunately, sometimes you can't deal with it, and you can't stop it from happening. So, just to fill the void here, maybe we'll like have a no more handheld players revolution. Maybe.
There will be a new website called sendu.handheld for all handheld players, and their fourth has finally decided to show up. I wonder if they will take the first game, because I believe that is 10 minutes just now hitting the time. Let me see. I have not seen the rule book for the time yet, but I'd imagine it would be like every other tournament. 7 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay. They
Hey.
they decide not to take the first game. Very, very generous from Starboard here. I wonder if they will win the first game anyways, or if the Trulings will take the first game that was deserved by Starboard.
Definitely a lot of respect to Starboard for not rule booking, so we have a lot more flavor in this set, and not just a 2-game set, maybe. Uh, so we are going to finally go into the game since their fourth has finally figured out there's handheld problems, and uh, we've already talked as much as we can about umami runs.
Yeah, I'm kind of
And
out of ideas for what to talk about. You know, something completely unrelated while we are out of ideas was just playing series earlier, and I had a 1 to 10, 288p Octobrush Nouveau. My last game that I needed, 2 to 2 rank up series set, and now that this new season has started, I am S rank, which is just awful. We were doing so good too. We got them down to 7 points, but they unfortunately knocked us out. And going back
yeah,
looking at the replays, that brush was just selling the game, unfortunately.
yeah, you did say that you were 2-2, and that game would have decided if you were gonna be in S plus 10 or not, right?
Exactly, which was just so unfortunate to lose. I had to control myself. But now getting into Clams Umami, finally, we have Booyah Sword. No decav, it seems, but we do have a
S-
decav for Star.
And and speak of the devil, Octobrush coming out from the side of wait, what is it? Oh, okay. We do have an Octobrush coming from the side of the yellow team. And right now the Octobrush is going around right. Maybe they're going to try and find a pick. The pen is watching them like a watchtower. The decaf dropping on them and able to take them out. They have a strong start on the side of the Drillings, and they are now getting it started. They do have the cooler. They have a ball. Are they going to be able to make a push here with that?
I wonder if they'll do the fabled decav bubble that I was talking about earlier. If they get that set up, that's going to be very hard for them to push out. But the Dread has Reslider and immediately gets shut down before they can even pop it. The decav bubble goes up, and they're basically unstoppable right now. The Pen needs to push up and score, though, or else they won't be able to make anything off this play. Sword jumps in, picks off the Blaster, and now only the Julius is alive. If only the Pen pushed in a little bit earlier in order to score that ball, that could have gone way, way better for Trulings.
Now, Starboard is able to try and take back the position here, and the Blaster on the side of Trulings able to take out one, but not able to take out two. It is pretty even footing. It is just the Brush and the Heavy on the side of Starboard here. They pop the Kraken with the Octobrush. Maybe they're able to find one, maybe not, but they do find one on the right side. There is a jump. The Sword able to watch it, but the Dualies rolls out of the way, and they are able to take both of them out. It is just the Pen for the Trulings, and they are being forced to jump out now.
Yeah, just staring at this right now. The Dread pops the slider to push in, and it is not looking good for Starboard right now. With Hello Trulings being pushed pretty far into their base, even though it was just two of them. They try to jump in the ball, I imagine, but unfortunately, immediately get killed.
Starboard able to get the points down to 62 left. That would be the end of their push, but now the Trulings have to push forward. They have the specials to do it. The decav going down, so they do lose their bubble. They do lose their aggression with both the decav and the Blaster going down. Maybe the duels will be able to do something here, but no, they are going to immediately get shut down by the Sword for Starboard. And now Starboard is in a pretty good position to make a push. They have the Reslider. Are they going to be able to push into the basket now? They have a ball. Will they be able to do something here?
Maybe they pop slider and they get the score off with... Oh, I already forgot the names.
and Starboard is able to get the push off, but now they have the blaster just roaming around in mid. The brush taken out for Starboard, but they immediately got that in and backed up, and now they're just back in mid, and it seems like the Trulings were pretty slow to push back into mid since they just thought people were still there. But they're going to have to make a push now since they do get the sword down on Starboard, and they have the cooler too, so maybe they'll be able to make a push.
Yeah, yet again, they're in that situation where the decaf might be able to set up the bubble for them to push forward, but their Dread is alive, so they have to be careful for that slider disc. As they pop it right here in the bubble, they get 2 off of that right just there, and now it is looking very, very, very unfortunate for our Starboard.
The Trulings weren't able to really do anything. The brush finding one, but gets taken out by the pen, and now it's 2 down on both of the sides for both teams. There's 2 balls for the Trulings. Are they going to be able to push forward with this? It seems they're getting a little bit antsy with these pushes. Maybe they're getting a little scared because every single one is getting shut down by something. The brush trying to make a pretty hasty play, and they were immediately shut down. And the sword goes down on Starboard, but the brush is back. Everybody's back. They have the reef slider, so the decaf, are they going to be able to get a bubble up? They do put the bubble up, but it is a tiny, tiny bubble, and that is doing them no good.
The way you can be thankful, because if they had stayed in that bubble, that slider would have likely just killed them instantly with Starboard. Oh, shoot. They actually managed to take the lead here with only 7 seconds left into the game. Starboard is going to have to quickly push up and hopefully make something happen off this short amount of time. Both teams having no specials, just trying to duke it out in mid. Their brush gets 1, and unfortunately gets killed by the decaf. It's now a 2v3, looking very unfortunate for Starboard with their sword going down. Just the heavy has to make something happen right here, but unfortunately there's just no way for that to happen in time, and Starboard ends up losing the game just by that one push that they had in the last 30 seconds. Very unfortunate.
I guess you could say the tiny bubble forced the slider out. It could have been something that happened, but Starboard just letting it slip through their fingers at the end. That wasn't a bad game by both sides. It seems like the Trulings were pretty scared to make a push, and it didn't seem like anything was really going on in that game. It was just a complete mid-fight. You would see a push from Starboard, but they wouldn't be able to continue it since they would immediately get shut down after maybe a ball and a clam. It was a really good game though, because while it was kind of stally, we did see some pretty funny things. I'm definitely not gonna let that decaf bubble slip from my mind.
It worked out in a way, because if you think about it, maybe if the decaf had stayed in the bubble, they would have died from the slider anyways, and their team wouldn't have been able to push in. But maybe if the bubble had stayed alive, maybe their team would have pushed in. We'll never know, unfortunately. Just a very sad thing to happen with the decaf there. But moving on into Rainmaker Museum, I wonder if they'll stick the same comp with the decaf dropping on that right flank, seeking an early pick, or if they'll change the comp.
Honestly, I would like to see an S-Blast here from the Trulings, because I think I remember you saying that there was an S-Blast player on their team. I think that S-Blast would be kind of better. Honestly, I think they should go V-Blast, if anything, since it will keep their bubble. And while it is a pretty flat map, the sightlines are just super open, and from talking to many decav players, that is not exactly the best thing for decav, and just the ledges too. Maybe we'll see a V-Blast, maybe an S-Blast. We could see a comp change from both these teams, since I know Starboard likes to swap things up a little bit, and yeah, this will be a really good game. I think it'll be a lot less stally than the last one.
Yes, we can hope so. Hope maybe their Sundu pages are lying to us. For all we know, they could have completely different weapons. I know a lot of people who forget to change their Sundu pages. But if they do have S-Blast as an option, and they can transition it into a V-Blast, that can work very well on this map, as you did end up saying.
see what they do here. They have a is that a regular ink brush from Starboard? Yeah, we do
Well,
see
they
the
do
V
have the
blast
Beavers.
from the Trulings. So we are seeing a very meta comp from the Trulings here. Pen, Slosher, and then maybe the Dualies are the least meta part of it. But regardless, they have a really strong opening on the side of the Trulings. They just have 3 on the left, and I think the Pen gets taken out, but they are able to take them out after that. They have the cooler up, so they are probably going to be able to make a push. The Slider gets shut down immediately after. This Dualie is just rushing in, and they're able to take out 2 on their plat. Are they going to be able to pincer the one left? And they're crabbing. That is a crazy crab spot, but we ball regardless, and they aren't able to take them out, and that looks like it will be the start to the push. That was a really good initiation.
I wonder what they'll do with their strikes here. If they pop them right now, maybe they could end up forcing the Rainmaker forward and trying to get a 30 off of the point. They actually don't pick up the Rainmaker, instead just opting to try to control their flat. Maybe they're trying to get another special before they end up pushing in. That was a very unfortunate grab from the duties earlier. If they had saved it, I wonder if they would have gone differently. Their bucket is sharking on their spinner, though. I wonder if they'll be able to find one. They do end up getting the brush, but trading out, with their blaster just pushing them back so far with the bubble. Will he be able to find multiple ones? They're just peeking off the ledge. Blaster trades out the brush with the team falling heavy behind. Pushing the Rainmaker very far forward. That's going to be a very difficult lead for them. Not sure how that's going to go for them.
It seems like Starboard kind of got a little bit staggered there. They're opting to jump it off the right side and just kind of, it seems like they're putting in a stalling spot. I think that was to drag attention so that the rest of the team could regain their footing, but it seems that they all unfortunately went down in the process of that. It is just the sword left, and they are trying to fight the 2 left on their plat. They have the strikes ready on the side of the Trulings. This bucket is just slishing and sloshing around, and it's working. They are finding 2 picks on their plat. Will they find 3? I know there's 1 left there, and it's just the splatling up there. Will they be able to find it? They are able to find another one, but the sword takes them out, and that was a really good play by the bucket regardless.
Definitely not looking good for the Cyan team here. They have the red team has a very strong lead right now, so I'm not sure how they're going to be able to come back from that. Getting 12 on this map without Vac is just crazy to think about. It requires insane coordination or just really lucky picks. The Blaster managing to find one with it being a 3v3 on both teams. Oh, wait, maybe they can actually come back from this. Oh, shoot. 2 of them go down with it just being the bucket and the Blaster remaining. Blaster opting to push forward and gets a really good pick.
That was a really good flanking pincer by the Trulings. They were able to stop the push where it seemed like they could have at least gotten really close to taking back the lead, but it was a really good play, and it just swiped the opportunity of trying to take the lead from under their feet. They have the specials for the Trulings. Maybe they'll try to make something out of it. It is 1 down on both sides. They are anchorless, but the Pen comes back immediately because of the cooler. They have the Rainmaker for Starboard. They aren't going to be able to push up here, I don't think. Oh, 2 go down. That is crazy, but the Rainmaker, I think that was taken out by an Autobomb. That was just a stray Autobomb being thrown by the Blaster. That was crazy.
This Blaster is just walking all over them right now. The Trulings might just have to rely on him in order to push forward here because it is not looking the best for them right now. Their Pen has Cooler, so maybe they can make something come out of that with Bubble and Cooler. With Cooler going out just now, but it's pretty far back, so they're going to have to back up off of their platform to grab it. A lot of pressure coming from Starboard right now.
This Heavy is just... This Heavy is just blocking them out on the left ramp. It seems like the Blaster and the Crab just able to take them out, and they were just kind of left there, and they weren't really able to do anything off of that. This bucket once again making crazy plays too, able to take out the Reef Slider after it's done and done. They have the strikes too. They're gonna go to the top of the spinner. Are they gonna jump over there? No, they aren't, but they're going to watch the flank, and they are able to shut them down now. It is just a matter of time before the Trulings is able to start another push.
Yeah, even if they do, the Trulings can easily just sit in that corner for the rest of the game. There's not much that Starboard can do about it. After the strong push, the Rainmaker does go down by the sword here. If they can somehow manage to pick it up, they have potential, and then the sword drops on a bomb. Unfortunate for them, the likelihood that they come back is very low, because all they have to do is grab the Rainmaker, as they did, and the game ends 2-0.
That was a really, really good game and a really, really dominant display by the Trulings. The bucket switch was definitely the thing that helped them out the most. I think that this bucket was really the focal point of just the push being able to start, like the really good picks, the 2 triples in that game. Just crazy, crazy teamwork, and I think that just the picks were what was just keeping Starboard out. And honestly, too, I think Starboard was getting pretty staggered around there. The Brush was trying to make some gamble plays. I think they were dropping a little bit too much. We did see, unfortunately, the sword did drop on a bomb on the right there, and they weren't able to pop the rain, and that was unfortunately the end. But was a really good game anyway, and I think that both these teams will just be really strong going into brackets.
We'll have to see what happens here. It is very, very crazy to see the Trulings get a 2-0 for that. I was expecting Starboard to win that first game.
The hello Trulings, but anyway, we will be going on to bracket next, and we will see you soon.
Yes, see you very soon.
And welcome back to Shopping Spree number 3. I am Ro, and with here is my co-commentator, To How, the reigning champion of Shopping Spree. Welcome.
Hello. Rose also champion for the first and the 0th edition. And today we have Cafe Was Closed versus Malevolence.
So it's funny enough that these two teams are very good. Cafe is closed is obviously a pickup, but we here to see Malevolence. They did get silver bracket the last time, but they're here to try to make a deep run in this one. And yeah, so two good teams looking to go at it. Winner moves on to round 2 to face scheduled DJs. Sorry about that. And as such, so a little bit more here. They do have let's see. Malevolence does have a sub, Underworks' very own Space. He does play Carpet Roller as of now, but he is opted to play some more different weapons. So there are also some other sets going on, like Starboard against Kraken 28, but I feel like this matchup is more interesting given that given that these two teams are highly underrated in their own way, and it's just anyone's game at this point. Anyone can like take it all. So yeah. Anyways, they do have a edit in their comp, which is very interesting. You don't see much edit users around because most people prefer pen over for edit actually. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a pretty good matchup, but again, this is anyone's game. I do not want to put my bet out there, but still we're about to go underway as the two teams are deciding their composition. Yeah, and that's also what I think. So I have seen Malevolence comps around before. They do tend to run the machine. They also have a bit of a pro there, but I think Cafe is closed is gonna, have a very interesting combo of their own. I'm seeing the leader. I'm predicting a leader coming out just to counter at its long range. Malevolence's comp is more of a dive, so there are opted to run edit opted to run edit as a more of a anchor special that more as an anchor weapon. But we are gonna see the comps come out for this one. It is Crab Leg Capital Zones. And there it is, the machine. And I was right, they do have a leader.
Carbon might not be as strong on this map because it's kind of open. There's not a lot of places to shark. And the shot starting off on left, 2 are already dead, levels to side.
Yeah, 2 down to the side of Malevolence here, and it seems to be that Cafe is closing his Housing is starting to take advantage here, but Space is over here on that sneaky shark was able to get one and just charging back towards that decaf. Oh, and he's gonna go down for the decaf. He's getting poked out by that machine right here, and it seems to be that he's getting poked out by Edit here. Yeah, shots backing up there, and it's just a dogfight for mid. We see Space over here on that left side on the grades, and that pro is
getting caught. Decam tries dropping right, and they manage to find one, but the Carbon gets them.
Right. And they're over here sharking. They're in a pretty good holding position. Carbon sharking underneath that middle grate, and it seems like the brush is gonna jump out there. Machine is trying to ledge peek as best as possible, and it goes down to a strange Zuka shot. Decap coming out in that pit, but it's all stuck in that ink. Oh, and it goes down to the Carbon as well. It's 3 down on the side of Cafe is closing, and and Space is trying to pick this out as best as he can, and he does, and they continue this push.
Machine tries to get one.
Yes, it is 2 down on the side of Malevolence here, and this brush is trying to go for this flank. He's tired of waiting around and doing something. Oh, and it gets stopped by the machine, and it's so close. Leader gets another one. 2 down on the side of Cafe is closing. It is the Carbon and the machine. Machine is going to launch a Booyah Bomb here, just to try to keep it alive, and it goes, and the Zuka gets denied by that Carbon and that Booyah Bomb. And it seems like it's going to be over as of now, and what a dominating display of sheer holding power by Malevolence here. Carbon was able to stop any pushes that they tried to do, and it just seems like their offense was just dominating, not letting them breathe, not letting them try to retake at any possible angle here.
Anything they tried to do was just shut down by one of the members. There was always Carbon or Machine there to stop them. They'll have to try and stop them, try to go together more, because they were kind of just dropping in by themselves.
Yeah, so the next map mode is TC Haggle. This is one of my personal favorite maps to be playing tower control on, and this is going to be a pretty strong leader map, as it is a wide and open area and pretty vertical too. We did see that the leader did do some damage at Crab Leg, but as you can see, but all was just denied based on the offensive power that Malevolence just displayed.
The Carbon's gonna be very good on this map also because of all the ledges and stuff. So, and especially Trizuka going into top right when they're going base. It's going to be hard it could be possible for Cafe was close to win.
Yep. It is almost time to be starting the next map and mode. And it's almost time to be starting the next map and mode. Now, it is possible that I could be seeing a comp change, but I think Malevolence is going to stick to that V machine, as that Booyah Bomb is necessary to just try and force something off the tower here. And I am right again. It seems like the machine is staying. They have the Range Blaster, a bow, and a Nautilus. A holy comp change by Cafe is closing.
Alright, machine starts out right. They're hoping to get a pick on the blaster. They're gonna find more.
Yes, and that Range Blaster over here trying to poke on that left side. They do get a one hit. They do get a hit marker. Oh, and they go down to the edit here. Edit drops cooler, and they're starting to take this tower. It seems like Malevolence is gonna try and get a push in. Oh, and he gets shut down by the Nautilus, but the Nautilus does go down to the machine. And It seems like it's poking, and he does hit the range blaster too, and he gets
my
the
goodness.
Octobrush.
One more?
Oh my goodness. This machine is on a tear here. They do get that bow, and Malevolence is already is at the first checkpoint, and they're gonna clear this thing with pretty good ease. Booyah Bomb comes out from the top right underneath that tent, and it does get the range blaster. This edit is just going to arrive at the second check, but he might have some problems here. Zipcaster comes out, and it just got a pick on that edit, and that Zipcaster is unstoppable.
Big tries to continue, does manage to get pro, but gets stopped by Carbon. The Carbon looks to go left, but the guys pointed out. I don't think the Carbon can do much now. I think they brought Knot to specifically try to get count, try to get the Carbon better with point sensor. Rush tries going left to get stopped. Sensor missiles come out.
Yeah, and they're just straight up denied him off the tower here now. And just straight up off the tower. It seems like these two teams are at a stalemate here, but it just seems like Cafe is closing, is needing to get a push in. Oh, and that machine goes down. I think this is a pretty good chance. Two go down at the side of Malevolence here, and that Octobrush and Carbon was able to defeat that range blaster here. Carbon's gonna be chilling in mid, but they do get a super out, and it just simply just was dominating that one time. Two go down on the side of Cafe is closing, and that machine looks like it's gonna be broken that tower, but is it though? Jumps are given at the mid, and Inkstorm is out from the Nautilus there.
Machine tries going with Carbon, trying to get something to happen, a pick or something, and nothing looks to be happening. They are pushing them back though. RB is trying to stop him, but Booyah comes out. We do manage to get one and the second one. Octobrush tries going top right, but they retreat. Just a bad idea. The bow now looks to be trying to just paint and tries to deny them from getting that top left for them, which is very critical for this map.
Yeah, they are at that second checkpoint, but it seems, but Malevolence is losing ground here. But Cafe is closing is not letting up one bit on their defensive part. They have been able to keep Malevolence from that second check, but it seems like they cannot get it going. They do have that first check, but they just need to reach that second one and just try to at least get over there. Kraken comes out on the side of Cafe is closing, and that range blaster is not going to do much with it though, but are gonna chill on that tent. Edit's trying to poke it out, and it does fall on the right side, and it jumps out. Octobrush comes in, comboing off of that, and it's 3 down on the side of Malevolence here, and this Octobrush fails to get the pro, and that is huge, given that the pro has missiles, and missiles do come out on the side of Malevolence here. A minute left is in the game. Oh, and the machine here is putting on quite the display as they manage to get the bow, but they don't manage to get that range, but yes it does. Oh, and that suction almost takes them out, and seems like Malevolence is going to get this push going.
This could be Malevolence's chance to get more points, and what they'll have to do, Cafe was closed, they'll have to stop this push and then have a really strong counter attack. Let's see if they can do it. One goes down from Machine, 2, now 3, it's just edit. But Machine does come back with Booyah at the ready. Alright. Now, Cafe was closed, seems to have full control. Kraken and Zip are at the ready. Booyah comes out from the side of Malevolence. And they are going to start the counterattack. 2 dead. This could be the chance. They're probably going to Zip soon. Oh, tower gets left in neutral. Oh.
And that just seems to be the end, and that's the end of that. Malevolence was able to keep this going strong, and with the astounding 2-0 victory against Cafe is closing, they are moving on to round 2, where they will be playing the second seed, scheduled DJs.
Very nice set. it was possible for Cafe was close to win that one, but the Trizuka came out and just stopped everything.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. It just seems like Malevolence was able to keep ground, and because of that machine pairing well with the Carbon Roller and the Pro here, I think they were just able to keep stand its ground and was just able to get more. Was able to get more with picks too, with not only picks but also with specials too. So it just seems like with Malevolence's relentless offense and great hold on defense, they were just able to not give no space towards Cafe was closing. Cafe was closed and just was able to keep this going alive. There were 3 down. Pro almost went down on that side, but they were just able to get that Octobrush. And I feel like that was huge given that, well, the Pro had missiles, and I feel like that would have been a huge right there to stop the missiles from coming out. Hmm. Well, we are going to the next set, which is let's see. Yeah, it's not up yet. My bad. We're just gonna keep on. Yeah, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. So, peace. And welcome back to Shopping Spree number 3. We are at the second round of the matches. It is going to be Agenda versus Crankin 28. Now, these two almost have similar comps, if not almost. Yeah, they have eerily similar comps, but it's still the principle. Now, these two. Now, like I said, this is an interesting matchup because Agenda seeded 1. They are bound to get finals here, but I do want to see a come from behind from Cricket 28. I do want to see them pull off the upset. It will be like cool here, and it's just going to be pretty cool.
I think Agenda is a very strong team. They have lots of good results, and they have like kind of an inconspicuous comp, like Tri-Slosher, I think, Hydra, like stuff off meta stuff, and Crankin 28s. They have, I do believe, a sword, a shot, another Hydra, and dualies. So yeah, pretty similar. Come down to like mechanics and positioning to see who win.
And of course, we're about to get underway now. The last time I saw Crankin 28s, they did run a bow. I believe Juju was on the bow. But however, we are ready to see the comps come out for either of these sides, and we see a heavy and 2 buckets, and we see a mini, and Crankin 28 is backless, which is surprisingly. Now, they do have now it is 2 buckets, the Tri-Slosher and the V bucket, with 52 and heavy. Meanwhile, Crankin 28 does have the dually Squelchers with the Tread and mini, as well as the Splatoon standard, of course.
Right now, it's a very good opening for Crankin 28s. They got 2 dead, and that was a nice reef. Very glad for them. But
Yeah, it seems like.
Two. Nice. There's a booyah coming from the sword. Gets no one, but they're still able to hold really well.
Yep, and exactly. Crankin 28 is in prime holding position to just cover up all angles. They are watching that hit there, and it seems like that Minis is going to watch it. Strikes come out on the side of Agenda, and they barely even cap. 2 go down, 3 go down on the side of Crankin 28, and Agenda looks like they're going to take advantage, and it looks like it's Agenda's turn to hold. Now Crankin 28 did put it down to 29. Now, we will need to see what is going to be needing for Crankin 28 to just come back into this one. Reslider comes out, Tri-Slosher goes down on the side of Agenda, and it just seems like they're in peak retake position. And it seems like the Crankin 28 has caught the zone, but it seems like they do have one person behind them. And the wipeout. That's really unfortunate to see.
Notice that Agenda's team has 3 weapons with strong fighting power, while Crankin 28 only really has sword, and I guess you could count like something else, Dread combo. But
well, you're not wrong. Dually Squelchers can combo well, but it just doesn't have the DPS as much used as preferred. So, for an example, as I say that, the Squelchers does get the bucket here, and it is 3 dead. It's just the heavy, and the heavy was able to get away, and they're in prime holding position. Wavebreaker comes out on the side of Dually Squelchers here, and it's just going to counteract Agenda's Wavebreaker. Booyah Bomb comes out on the side of Crankin 28, and it looks like we're able to get that bucket. 2 go down on the side of Agenda, and that penalty is dwindling down, but we are going to see a sharking play from the 52. But he does get spotted, and it's just,
be able to get them.
It's a Now it's a fight for painting. Strikes come out, and it seems like it's not going to cap. Not just yet.
Oh, that's
Squadrons
killing
go down to Bucket here, and it's just seeing if the 28s can get this, they could just come out on top, but no! Agenda wins this dogfight, and we are still going to play a minute and 45 minutes or so.
Zenda's been having really good retakes, like that first one with the strikes, where they both dropped left. It's both retakes from both teams, but I just noticed from Agenda it's especially good.
They do have two specials here, and it looks like they're just waiting on that. Booyabon does go out, but it's too late! Hey, two go down on the side of Crankin 28 here, and they're forced to back off.
52 rushing into this, they die. But now it looks like Agenda.
Yep, it's a 3-on-3. Resider does come out here, and it does hit the cap. Wow. It seems like that bucket is hanging on the right side of the map here, but they are going to cap the zone, and they have a 50 penalty they need to get through before they actually start to get some points, rather than, or better yet, knock out.
Oh, Heavy goes down on the side of Agenda. Strikes come out, and Swords positioning left. Oh, they're still fighting, but now that's good for them.
Yep. It seems like, oh, and the Tread has scored here. This could be game-changing on the side of Crankin 28 here. They do have a Resider, and they're going to use it right now. Oh, and it does get the bucket here. No strikes are going to be out for are going to be laid out for a while now. And it seems like the Heavy does have a wave breaker, and there is a Cooler on the side of Agenda here. But, oh, 10 seconds left. But it seems like 10 seconds left. Agenda, Crankin 28 still look like they're going to take the lead. Can they knock out? Yes, they can. And game 1 goes to the side of Crankin 28. And boys, we could have a upset alert if this keeps going the Crankin 28's way.
That was just a really nice game from both sides. It was nice back and forth, and it was close all the way to the end. Both teams have a coin flip chance of winning this, I think. Just depends on map mode.
As you say that, it is going to be Clams Museum here. Now, the thing is with this map, with that drop here, I don't see any. I see the gal dropping right there. I see the gal dropping right to just try and get a quick pick to see if they can get their team in some way or another. And then if we do have this said comp changes here, then I could potentially see the bucket here striking their teammates in. So
it seems like someone subbing out on Agenda's side, I do believe. So we're probably going to see a comp change from that, and we'll see if it's enough to win. I think 28 will be able to keep up their streak on Clams, but the 52 and Try might be a problem.
So after all of that, it is to say that it is going to be, I do predict a comp change, but I wonder what's it gonna be. They do have a switch to use, and it seems like they're gonna opt for their teammate that they've been keeping on the bench here. And it looks like, and if my sources are, well, if the word is correct on the street, then it could be a Hydra player, if I'm not mistaken, and that could be huge on the side of Agenda.
Their Hydra is really strong, and it just prevents lots of things from happening. So with this comp change, I think Agenda will take the win on this one, but I'm not gonna fully concrete it too soon, because Crankin 28s could have something up their sleeve.
We are set to get underway. Crankin 28 was backless here. Crankin 28 was backless, but all I can just see is how are they going to counter that obstacle. Hydra is now fighting Hydra from a personal experience. It is a brick wall. it's just going to sit on one position and just deny you from ever touching the objective, active or whatnot. And frankly, we are set to get underway with this one. Game 2, Clams Museum, Agenda's tournament run is on the line here, and it is a blaster that comes out instead of a 52, and it's the Splat Dualies from Choo Choo here. And it seems like that bucket is gonna drop down left, just try and get a quick pick. The Dualies looks like it's just committing to it, and it does. The bucket goes down, and that's one down on the side of it. That could not be good. It seems like that Hydra's in peak position to hold though, and it gets a train off the mid.
Dread has Reef at the ready. Well, it looks like Agenda's gonna push them. That try going in, try is very like good aggressiveness or having it's like a balance. They get one. This is that fast 2 shot. It's not fast for AoE. So one goes down from the Reef, and now it looks like there's a ball. This could be early push. It is. Strikes go out, and all of Clinton 28 is inside their base right now. Agenda just keeps scoring clans. They try to stop it desperately with all these specials.
Yep.
To push them out.
Yep, and it seems like they were able to push it out, but Agenda does get it to 44 here, and it seems like they do have a power claim. It seems like they do have a power claim here. The Dualies is sharking left. They do have Zuka decided to use it. Oh, but they do get the bucket here. They could just poke out that Hydra splat lane, and it just seems like that blaster here is causing a disturbance. Oh, and he gets taken out off takeoff here, and it just seems like the Cricket 28s are in prime position, but no, they're gonna get shut down by that Booyah Bomb, and it's 2 down, 3 down on the side of Cricket 28 here, and it seems like that Hydra is gonna push in on that spinner here, and oh boy, they're just in peak position to pull. Strikes do come out on the side of Agenda here, able to push back Cricket 28. Do they get the score? D9! They don't get the score, but it seems like 2 down. It's a 1v1. It's the Dread and the bucket. Oh, and the bucket doesn't get it, and that's a dead push.
That was still a very strong push. They use all their specials really nicely together, and if they attempt that again, I think it could work. So Dread goes down.
Yep, just a little bit more coordination here. 3 specials on the side of Cricket 28s here. But scratch that. Booyah Bomb does come out here, and it seems like they were able to get bucket to go down. It seems like that Hydra is still out there somewhere, and they're just gonna take the position top left here. Now this is a pretty good holding position for a Hydra spot, and to go down on the side of Agenda here, and it's just, oh boy, Agenda's defense here is pretty good as of now. They're not just been able to get nowhere, and that blaster does get 2, holding their ramp.
It does seem like they're going to attempt to push it, and no, the sword denies it. Can they get 2? Oh, trade, I think. Oh, they will get the clan, and just narrowly going on top. 2 dead from the Hydra and Aura. 32. You can't jump out in time. That is a dead push, but it's fine. 32 is a good lead. Oh, even more, 29.
Yeah, Crab does come out there. They weren't able to get the power claim carrier, and it just seems like they were able to shoot that. No, but they can't get the takeoff in time, and it's just a ball in no man's land. I am going to say it at that.
I think it's time for Clanker 28s to try counterattack. One of them down on each side. And now, 3 down on the side of the 28s. More. That bucket is doing massive work. They have Aura right now. You try to poke, but they don't do anything with it. Oh, and the mini does go down. This is Agenda's chance to push once more.
That Hydra does get shut down. 3 down on the side of Agenda here, but that Try was able to get the Dread and just run to mid here, saving that power clam. And it seems to me that Crankin 28 has one ball on their side, and it just so happens to be the pity. I don't see them coming back from this unless they pull something here, some sort of cheese or something like that, and it just seems that bubbler just gets wasted over there. We are gonna go into overtime. If they can get past 29, then I done seen it all. That Silver was able to get the pick top, and no, they just get shut down by that Hydra. Hydra goes in with the Booyah Bomb, but if they just get the power clan barely, but it seems like it's over here. Juju isn't able to get to the clan basket in time, and that's going to be game 2 on the side for Agenda here. And we're going to go to game 3 where it all be decided.
Vendetta both had really good defense and offense. They knew when to hold, they knew when to do everything really. So yeah, I think the Hydra comp will be better for them. Because Hydra can just do so much things.
And it wasn't, and of course, Hydra was just being a brick wall as usual, not letting anything get past them really. And they just didn't find a good angle to push in. It all depends on the Hydra's positioning on where it is on the map here. And depending its positioning, it could be very deadly.
The third game is now going in. It's going to be TC Mako. And I do think either team has a chance of winning. But I think, yeah, either team has a chance. It just depends. If they stay the same Booyah Sword comp, no.
Yep. It is now. I am gonna think that this is gonna be the most highly anticipated match, at least in the third round by far, because it is TC Makomar, another personal favorite tower map, if I do say so myself, as my team is pretty good on Tower Mako itself. But still here, now, it is to say that both of these teams are playing a really good game so far. And for a team that's backless, Cricket 28 is able to keep up with what Agenda was able to dish out. And it's going to be backless. And Toons is going to be on the blaster here. There is no Stamper, nor Booyah Stamper on the side of Cricket 28. This could be a game changer here.
Both boxes drop right, but one of them does unfortunately go down. The blaster does manage to get some value getting on. Oh, we're gonna get another panic brief, but they're really good. Blaster is just very strong in this map, TC in general. It's just strong in everything.
Yep, and I feel like the loss of Stamper here was just no range whatsoever here. I'm going to assume that they just needed another way to just try and get an easy check like that Bubbler just does, but it just seems like the Cricket 28s are just getting pushed, and that Blaster here was able to get a pick on the Dually Squadrons, but that Hydra just goes down on the tower here. Blaster does get Aura, fighting that Mini, and oh boy, the cooler comes out on the side of Agenda here, and it's just a dominating display by Agenda here and what they're able to do. Reslider does come out here, but the Dread doesn't able to get anything, and it just 2 to go down on the side of Cricket 20. It's 3 dead here. This could be a potential knockout for Agenda here. Another case of dominating display here, and it is! Wow!
That was just a relentless assault. Everything they tried sending Reef, and everything got denied. Nothing worked.
You are right. Nothing was able to allow Cranky 28s to go in. They swapped the Booyah, they swapped the Booyah, the Stamper for a Blaster, and it just feel like a shortage of range. Now, I don't know. That could be either a thrilling battle or just, I don't know. That could be me. And we'll be back. It's going to be scheduled DJs versus Twillet. And welcome back to Shopping Spree. Hold up. Sorry about that. Welcome back to Shopping Spree number 3. Now, we're at the semifinals, and as you see here, it is going to be scheduled DJs versus Twillet. Now, we did see the raw display of power of Twillet in round 1, in previous round 1, where they effortlessly defeated pocket aces to Zip, and they are able to and they were able to take down the Trulings to make it to semifinals. Now, I am curious to see about their comp because I have not got to witness it myself. Same here with scheduled DJs.
Scheduled DJs has 2 members from Turn Left, and one of them plays Sword or Dapple, and one of them plays Dynamo. So it's probably going to be some aggressive stuff.
And here we are, we have Hooli, member of Red Rebellion here. They are a 52 one trick, I'm going to assume. And we are going to see the comps come out from either side. We have the Heavy and the Dynamo versus the Pen and the Heavy with Dread. Oh my goodness gracious.
It's going to be paint extravaganza. Both of them have Reef, and yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They do have Wreath, but in terms of paint, Twillet has the advantage due to that Dread here, giving out extra paint along with that Pen here, and that Reside comes out able to get that Dapple Duties to go down on the side of scheduled DJs, but they're backbacks with that cooler here, and it seems like scheduled DJs are Twillet is able to get their cooler of their own. Sorry.
Alright, so the Doolies right now, they have Reef. I wonder if they'll use it. I think they're just in zone, trying to be a problem, causing someone to look at them. And there comes the Reef. Oh, cancel. Getting a nice instant cap. The Reef gets denied, and the Dread seems to have aura right now. Another Reef.
That Dread gets nothing. That Dread doesn't get anything. 2 go down on the side of Twillet here, and and of course that blaster causing problems as it did in round 1 goes down to the 52 gal, and it just seems like they're just gonna be sharking here. Wales does come out there for the 52, and they're just gonna try and pull aggro as much as they can here. They weren't able to get that blaster, but they go down to that Pen.
Speaking on the comps a little bit more, it looks like scheduled DJs traded. Got a little bit more aggro than them, but still lots of pain. And it looks like they're holding pretty well. And Twillet on the backbone. If they do have a Reef at the ready and cooler, so I think they're gonna try to retake pretty soon. The clock is ticking down, getting a prime Dread Reef position. There it is. Counter Reef. Wow. Doesn't work though.
Yep, and also, it seems to me that Twilt is... it is a huge lead from scheduled DJs here. They're just able to get into very good holding positions, but that Dynamo does go down to that blaster. Oh, and it's a wipeout for scheduled DJs here. And they're just in prime holding positions. No more chaos here. They're just gonna have to only go in. And there is not a lot of retake spots, nor spots to flank on this map specifically. They're just gonna have to go in with sheer special and strategy. And that Reslider not being able to get that Dynamo, and it's just 2 down again. Reslider comes in, and it runs over the Pen, and there is too much going on right now. 2 go down on the side of Twilt, and Splashdown does come out, but they're not able to get the zone in time. And that Dread here goes down. It's over. Scheduled DJs was just, oh my, there was just too much going on for me to process, bro. I can't.
That was just like at the end, everything happened all at once. There was tap shots, there was Reef, there was Splashdown, everything. And only some of it worked on the side of Twillet, but nothing let them get in. I saw the failed. I don't know how, but the Reef failed to kill. It looked like it was gonna kill the Dynamo, and they got punished. If they had killed Dynamo, I think they would have done better.
Yeah, that was the point here. Yeah, and it just seems like it was just gonna be another paint spam war, but it was just it was just going to be like another paint spam war, but it just seems to be it was just about more fighting and less painting. And that is typically how you want to go about playing zones. You, of course, you do want to paint, but you at least want to try and fight a little bit more.
Yeah, they had a much better comp for fighting with Dapple and 52 with nice. Dapple is very good. It's kind of a hybrid with Reef that gives you some painting power, but he also can be very aggressive. Dapple is like, just goes in and kills people. Same with 52. It can also play a supporting role with Red. Oh,
Yep. Oh, and there's gonna be yeah, we're gonna have a slight technical difficulties here as yeah, the lobby kind of exploded here, and we're just gonna take you a little bit of detour to just join the room. And
yeah.
so, looking at other matches that is not semifinals in gold, Agenda here is going up against Bedbug's Bite here, and Pocket Aces waiting patiently in silver finals, as well as Special Calamari waiting in third place match. And it just seems, and RNG and Teapot is still going on. Now,
Uh,
oh, right. And with that, Teapot does have a lead over RNG, 2-1 being in their favor here. And this tournament has just been filled with ups and downs here. Earlier today, you saw the Cricket 28's astounding hold against Agenda in that Zone's Ramen game. And you just saw that Splat Zones match again in the you just saw that Zone ship shape match against in that in the match we just witnessed right now. I can't say my words, sorry. But honestly, this may just be a me thing, but I think Mako and Corporate should have like a zones only open level. That's just me though.
yeah. Next map is TC Ink Blot, and this map is like you gotta get into bats and also stop. Sometimes there's flanks. Like one time I played against Dapple who did nothing but flank and reef, and then it was bad. So it's just interesting matches right here. There will be a comp change on the side of Twillet though, so maybe it'll change something. They'll have a better opportunity to win this one.
Yep, that what just seems to me that it was their more paint-oriented comps. I am also curious to see on what they plan to do and how they need to counter of what they need to do to try and take a game up after that crazy turn of events in that Zones game and the chaos that just ensued.
Everything just like once again, everything exploded in the last like 30 seconds of the match.
Yep, we see Reef Slide. You seem like everything. Reef sliders, heavies, dynamos, panic specials, everything. And now it is Tower here. The name of the game is to, and specifically on Inkblot, the name of the game is to try and take their bats. You basically have their bats, you deny them from the second checkpoint at most part. And we're about to get underway here. And it seems like we're about to get underway here. And more in depth on this map, there is a tiny stump that teams often need to look out for.
It did change a player. I'm gonna see what it is. Seems to be a machine player, so Booyah could be very useful on this map to help them win. This one will be more aggressive, I think, so they'll have a better chance of combating the Dapple and the 52.
Yep. Also, yep, it just seems like Twillet, this was Twillet. We saw Twillet dominating on this map, and it just seems like they were just unstoppable. And now they're just gonna take more. And now it seems like if they get this map, or at least their bats, it's just gonna be prime. This is gonna be round one all over again.
Right.
Now, we are going to see the comps come out here. And of course, they do have that machine, and that Blaster Menace is back. Dynamo Heavy on the side of scheduled DJs here. And we're going to get this started. They do have, and one thing to notice, they do have Strikes Splash, not Crab. A really uncommon choice here, but not too bad. Really uncommon. They were able to get a pick up that Dynamo. And that sword was able to stop that Blaster shenanigans, and it looks like they're about to take the tower. No, they're going directly for the enemy flat, and it seems like that Heavy is taking tower itself.
That comes out on the side. Oh, scheduled DJs, and 2 are down now on Twillet. 52
Yeah.
or so. They're probably gonna get some kills here, going directly into their base.
Yeah, it seems like that Pen was struggling to get out, more like a fish out of water here. And that 52 is just holding their base, but no, they go down to that machine. Weeabong comes out. It seems like they're just gonna try and get that Heavy out the tower to try and solve it. Weeabong also out for the stabber here, but that Heavy just gunned them down. Strikes also come out as well, but they were not as effective as the Weeabong was, and they're still holding on tower. And oh, that sword goes down, and now the bats is being reclaimed, and it's a wipeout on the side of Twillet.
That will be the end of that push, but 19 is very good lead. Still have 3 minutes 30 seconds left for something to happen. Destroy. Strikes come out on the side of Twillet, so now they're going to try to push with that, hopefully. They do have cooler, but 52 is fighting directly, and then they manage to trade off. The machine does get one, but dies shortly later.
There is a 2 down. They can decide to take the tower here, but it seems like that Stamper is preventing them from doing that. But they do jump out here, and it seems like they're going to take the tower, but it's just going to... they don't get much off of that, and the machine goes down. That 52 is trying to make a play here, and it does as they get the Blaster. As of so far, they haven't been able to push. It seems like the side of scheduled DJ's comp is just too oppressive for Twillet to make anything possible.
If the Blaster tries, he's already just dead from the Heavy. But ooh, something might happen. The machine does get one. Never mind, 52. Now it's 1 down both sides. Sword tries something. Panic special. The sword does go down.
Yep, Strikes also come out too. That Dynamo was able to pick on that splash on the right side of the map here. And it just seems like everyone is rotate left. That Pen does jump out here, and that splash is forced to retreat, and it's back to square one for Twillet here. That 52 does go down though. There's a cooler out on the side of scheduled DJs. That sword and the Dynamo go down. The Heavy does too. 52 was able to get a cooler, but they're not able to get out of there in time. And now the machine has aura now. And they're just gonna let the tower reset back to mid here. And it just seems like, oh, they're going too fast. Oh, you can't do that. It's 3 down on the side. That Bleed Bomb does get canceled here, and they're just gonna continue this push. And with a minute and 15 left, this could be pretty good for Twillet here.
Another push coming from the side of scheduled DJs. 52 is getting in their base. This is the 3rd time now, but it does seem to be working. Oh, Blaster, that's a nice jump. And somehow Dynamo gets traded because Dynamo was like janky sometimes.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Dynamo does have to be janky sometimes. And it seems to me like that heavy was able to get away from that. So where the pen is on that right stack, and it's just not able to poke at anything here. But they were able to get a pick on that gal there. But they need tower as soon as possible to get the push going. But it's just denied again. There's two down on the side of Twillet, and it seems like they're just, and it seems like Scheduled DJs is taking a victory lap here and just absolutely denying them on tower. I do believe it is going to be game 2 going into the hands of Scheduled DJs.
Wow. They couldn't push at all. They kept getting, like, they tried, but something, like, bad always started happening, and then it stopped the push. And they just kept the pressure up. Especially that 52 when they went into base. They always managed to find at least one, I think.
Yep.
Game 3 is now Rainmaker, Humpback. And Dynamo's going to be very strong on this map.
Yeah, Dynamo is this is a very good map for Dynamo here, as well as the Dread as well. So I do believe we can see a roster change from the side of I do believe we can see the roster change from the side of Twilly here. Maybe bring back that Dread player that they had. Reslider is also pretty good here too. But who knows?
I think, yeah, Dread might be better, but Machine is still a good pick because of that Booyah, that Fizzy. Just everything about Machine is good. And it still does retain some of the AoE because it's just bucket.
Yeah, as such, this isn't a optimal stamper map from what I've been told by stamper mains such as yourself here. So I do believe that we could see a change from the side. So again, we could see a change from the side of Twilla here, and I do think we do.
Sword on this map is like interesting because once you get into the base, it's very good with lots of open space, but on mid, it's terrible. And everything like the humps, terrain blocks your burst bombs, blocks your slashes, so it's just bad. Sometimes.
Well, you heard him himself from a stamper player. So I do believe that we could see a Dapple Do flow. Oh, but maybe I'm just, but maybe I might be tripping here on the side of Scheduled DJs here. So that would be nice. Nice.
Wait.
But it is gonna take. But yeah, we're just gonna take a while. It's just the final game. Winner goes to finals. They have to decide on this very carefully. So yeah, on the other side of the semis, it seems like Agenda and Bedbug's Bite are tied at 1 apiece.
They do sub out the machine again. They opt for Dapple this time. Wait, no, this one is.
Yeah. And it seems like they're gonna be subbing out their, and it just seems like, yeah, like I said, we could see a comp change. This is not a backline friendly map here. Now, you could potentially play Pam on this map, maybe, but like, you just need the right positioning in order to just try and hit your opponents. But this isn't a backline friendly map because of all the humps that's in the way. And so I do believe we could see a change of them swapping out the pen, going for a backlist here. Just, try to hyper fight, try to get it. Just, try to hyper fight, what I'm saying.
Yeah, that will be what happens. And I think Pop will have to be going to the side of scheduled DJs because like they have Dapple, which is good. And I don't think that Twiller has anything with good object damage. Besides, yeah, they don't have much to pop it. And Pop is going to be useful on this map to control area fast.
Yep. Now, now it is to say what new types of comps are going to be out, but we do see that Dapple Doolies comes out, and they are backless, and they do have a Gal 96, so they are going to get that vacuum out. And here, and this is game 3 in the hands of game 3 in favor of scheduled DJs here, and it seems like we're just starting off a bit in a stalemate. Reside does come out here, but no, it doesn't find anyone. But I'm not paying attention. 3 go down on the side of scheduled DJs here, and they're gonna take advantage of that vacuum. And it seems to me that they're gonna get this first checkpoint with ease, and so does they get the cooler.
Going strong, but 52 comes from behind. I saw it before when the match started, but they also went for an early flank on the right. I think that'll be very helpful on this map for them, because they won't be watching that. Maybe that start.
Yeah, it was pretty weird though. They were able to get a wipeout, but they're not able to take the Rainmaker or try to get the first check as fast as possible. But it is to say that they are going to take this at their own pace here, and they're not trying to rush. But it just seems like the Dapples do go down, the Vac comes out, and the Resetter from the Dread, and the Dynamo goes down before it, and the Heavy got it.
Right now it's a 2-down situation for Twillet. So this is an opportunity now for scheduled DJs. They do get checked, and now they could push here. They are looking to push up. They have AoE from the Dynamo. They do have 52 wall, but the back does deny it.
Oh, a Resetter would be devious here, and as I say that, it is 2 down. But are they able to get this? No! That try is able to hold very good on this map alone. And it's just, and that 52 is being, and that was just being oppressive on the front lines here, able to get one off the Dread. And they're just gonna try and go into this here.
The fighting power from scheduled DJs comps is just massive. From the Dapple, even Dynamo can support some, and all being supported by Heavy and 52 especially. It's just hard for them to get out for Twilly to do anything really.
Yep, and it just seems like they're just in the midst of it all, and that Dread is gonna get punished for that slider. Dapple's coming in with that slider, 2 down. And they're just going to take advantage of this. They have a lot of wiggle room to go in with this, and Twit was able to get it down to 14, but they do have map control. All they need to do is pop it and try to get more points on the board. That's what they do. Ooh, Wales comes out on the side of Gal, and they were able to go into that check, and they put it at 4. That's gonna be huge on the side of Twill, but they're able to, knock out in time. And it just seems like, the push seems to be dead. But that was a huge push on the side of Twilt here. Able to just, wow. Oh wait, no, my bad, scheduled DJs. My bad.
This is going to be very difficult for Twilt to come back from this. Humpback especially, it's very hard to get knocked out. But it could be possible if fortunate string of events happen.
Yep, their back is up against the wall. Their back is up against the wall here. They essentially need to knock out here in order to win the game, and it is a wipeout. And this could be huge for scheduled DJs here. I know I said Twilight last time, but I got my words mixed up. Sorry about that. But we're still gonna keep this train moving. But The Wales does come out on the 52, and they seem to not get a pick, but if this does, the blaster goes down, and now it just seems like they're in prime position. There is a cooler on the side of Twitter here, and it seems like that Dread is just going to get in harm's way. Oh, and the reslider. And oh no, the reslider doesn't do its usual shenanigans and it goes down. Two go down, actually.
Alright, this could be Quill's chance to push back 3 down on the side of scheduled DJs. Very good chance. They do have VAC. They're trying to. I think they're going to be pushing it left.
Yep. Oh, and this. Oh, and it's. Oh, that vac would have been huge there if they didn't take it though. But I don't think nobody would be taking it though. That is annoying the rain, and it is over. Clean sweep on the side of scheduled DJs here. A astounding 3-0 victory.
I do think it was a misplay to let the VAC person grab it, because they had VAC and Reef, so it would have been better for someone else. But I don't think they were in the right position. Still, that was very good set from scheduled DJs. 3-0.
Yeah, it just seemed like they were just. It was just a lot of miscommunication, and that's why I think that the 96 ended up picking up despite having VAC. Now, that is one of the biggest blunders you can make when it comes to Rainmaker games in crunch time, by the way. And it was just a dominating performance by scheduled DJs. I do believe that they could win it all, but I don't want to be too biased now.
The other semifinal set agenda is 1-2 against Bedbug's Bite, and it could be anyone's game. I don't know Bedbug's Bite, but yeah.
So now it is to say that agenda now it is to say with our two semifinalists, agenda with the other semifinals matches, agenda here is down. It is 2-1 Bedbugs Bite, and it seems to be that it is currently Clam Blitz Inkblot. Now I am curious to see who is going to take the win in this matchup and face scheduled DJs in the finals. Looking at over to the silver bracket side, we do see RNG taking a 2-0 lead against Special Calamari here, and Pocket Aces sweeping through the entirety of the silver bracket here. They're going to be playing against Teapot. They're winning against Teapot 2-0. And that is all. We're just gonna go to the finals, and we'll see y'all again. Peace. And welcome back to. I gotta stop saying this. Welcome back to shopping spree number 3. We are in the final stage in shopping spree number 3, and no real team has like got to this point. It is just two pickups going at it with each other, and now they're both in to just be the new champion here. Crazy.
Bedbug's Bite did beat Agenda 1 to 3, so they're probably going to be a very strong team. But Scheduled DJs does have strong fighting power. I don't know what Bedbug's Bite run, but if they're able to defeat Agenda, I'd say this match is going to be pretty even.
Now, I don't want to put as much as emphasis as I do, but like Agenda got second place in the recent Tower Alpha 1 Tower Control tournament. And they beat my team. They beat Vanablack. So this was a pretty surprise from you and I, to How.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
Could have been they could have just had a perfect counter to Agenda's team, which let them win, but I think it just could have been they did have better comp.
Yep. Anyways, we are gonna see both of the comps come out here in just a short time, but I haven't finished my analogy here. It seems like Scheduled DJs are running their very usual comp here, and we do see the Bamboozler comes out on the side of Bedbug's Bite. Not only that, we do see a Crab Stamper as well.
That is completely ridiculous comp. Crab Sword is pretty underused and it's good, but Booyah Sword and Vanilla overshadow it. Sword does try to. They were playing left for the time. And now, they also have Luna and Bamboo. And Luna can be good in certain situations, but Bamboo, that's the first time I've seen it in a tournament before.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is. Oh, this is a boost trap spot coming from me. But still, I'm not sure. Okay, I think I'm getting my Bamboos mixed up, but I'm pretty sure the second kit has Trumps here. It is it's an interesting choice, not wanting to opt for Chump's Bamboozler here, but it does seem like it's rough. I'm probably gonna eat my words here, because like they are holding pretty good, and Bedbug Spider taking an early lead.
Like for Bamboo especially, the weapon itself is not that good, so you have to compensate it forth by being incredibly good at the game. And if you are good, it is pretty good, I do believe, but I don't know. We will see a retake from Bedbug's Bite. The Crab does come out. I think they're going to retain their 51-point lead. And the Mind Cap goes to...
And the Sticker Stepper wins that matchup here. Booyah Bomb does come out on the side of Scheduled DJs here, and they was able to get that Luna Blaster that was hanging in mid, and there was a jump out. They're gonna try and reposition here, and it's just prime holding condition. This could be bad on the side of Bedbug's Bite here, and that Crab Stamper is just getting poked out. The strikes does come out, but it doesn't matter as much as there's 2 down. But the Dynamo does get picked up by that Crab here, and it seems like they're gonna push in with that here.
Alright, 2-3 go down on the side of Scheduled DJs. So now Bedbug's Bite has 51 points to Scheduled DJs 23. Penalty will about be over in a second. So we're going to see if a retake is possible. 52 to 53 shenanigans. Get one. And now they're going behind. I think this is it. Yep. Retake is happening. Sword, nice. Gets a pick on Bamboo. Now the game seems to be in schedule DJ's hands right now.
Yep. It is completely just a show of just holding and just basic denial itself. And it just seems like that Dynamo is just staying there, and the irony of how the 52 goes down to strikes even though they're under a tank here, that was the irony of the century here. But that Stamper does go down, and that Dynamo has no peak for that at all. Their Whales comes out, but it doesn't matter as scheduled DJs was able to take game 1.
That pick for Vanilla Bamboo seemed to bite them back, because I think if they had picked Chumps, they would have been able to. The Chump, like when they go on the ground, I think it would have uncapped zone for a second, which will let the shot to get in. So I think it was a misplay to use Vanilla, but I don't know much about Bamboo.
Well, the thing is with Bamboo is such of a bit lighter weapon, but with only 2 kits for it to work with, it's not as used much as in competitive as it once was in Splatoon 2. Now we are going into the second one, and these 2 teams have been undefeated since coming here, except for Bedbug Spite, which lost the game to Agenda here. But again, these 2 are a pickup. They're just people who just got together to play this tournament, and now it's just gonna see. And now it just looks like a normal game of 8s here, with different comps, different play styles, and different everything.
Next map will be TC Ship, and the Luna might come out on this map. It's very strong, but if they choose to stay Bamboo, I don't know anything, but I think Chumps might be better because their comp only has like strikes for ping. And Crab, I think Crab might be good on this map, but obviously it's the worst kit. It's still good, but it's not as good as Booyah.
Yeah, we could see a Booyah Bomb on the side of scheduled DJs here, but I'm not sure about the opposing Stamper, the Bedbug Spike Stamper. Now, it is to say that they can go Booyah Stamper, as I think it is more optimal, at least Tower specifically. I may know a little bit about swords, as I used to play Stamper back before I started comp here, but like, it's the principle. You would want to opt for a special that could deny the enemies the tower.
Yeah, like Crab Sword, the thing about it is the kit Toxic Mist kind of ruins it. If it got like something good, like Fizzy, would have been up there, would have been on the equal level, I think, with Booyah Sword and Vanilla. But Toxic Mist kind of just is a waste of your ink take, kind of, and it's antithesis to what Sword wants to do. It forces it into a more supportive role.
Now, it's gonna be a while, as we did see the Vanilla Bamboozler. It is to say that they could run the second kit Bamboo, Chumps Bamboo actually, but it also just to say that what are they gonna do to counter it? They have too much paint on the ground, and also with fighting power to boot, and they just get countered. And it's gonna be the same comps here as Bedbug's Bite is staying their comp. Wow.
They must be really confident in their weapon choice now. And the 52 does go down on the side of scheduled DJs too, in fact. Could it be 3 to 4? The shot does manage to push to get them. I think this will be, first tower does go to Bedbug's Bite. The strikes, that was kind of a waste. Both of them got stuck on the tower.
Yep, those strikes look pretty deliberate here, but it seems like Bedbug's Bite is able to clear that checkpoint without any difficulty here. It seems like they're just holding court here. and could be dangerous just to go into court. But as I say that, Wales does come out repositioning the scheduled DJs here, and it seems like that Booyah Bomb was able to force them off tower, but they are at that second checkpoint, and this could be huge here. Now, this T-Tech is riding the tower by himself, nobody there, but it's just not enough. They were able to push it to 18, and scheduled DJs have their work cut out for them if they want to come back in this game.
I don't know. Basically, it's very hard to push on this map from what I've experienced, and I don't think it's going to be easy for scheduled DJs because Hammer and Whale can stop them from getting on the tower and also strikes, but Dynamo could stop them from that top left, which is kind of useful, especially for Luna if they want to get on.
With also my experience of playing on this map, there isn't a lot of crab spots to where you could just get on a point and pop crab, but that Fitz 2 does go down, fell victim to that bomb there, and the Stampers both trade out. Dynamo's poking out that T-Tech here, and that Dynamo's just holding that right side. Strikes do come out from the side on the T-Tech there, and that Dynamo able to get a pick on that Luda Blaster, and he's just holding that top right.
The Dynamo. Alright, looks like the push is going to come out now with the crab from the sword that gets shredded immediately. Whales come out from 52.
Now, if scheduled DJs place their cards right, they could potentially get the lead and potentially knock out here. And when the heavy goes down, it's two down on the side. It's just the T-Tech. It's just the T-Tech top right. They could keep the tower here, and of course this could be huge. They do have a cooler out, and strikes do come out, but they might have botched through strikes a little bit. It does seem deliberate. Strikes does come out very quick here, and the tower just might stay on the side.
I think lead might be going to the hands of scheduled DJs here. I think they popped strikes a little bit too early. Should have waited for them to get
but that bamboo here, making a play. No, they can't stop it. And the Luna has changed.
Bamboo.
Luna is just
back right. Alright, well now lead goes back into the hands of scheduled DJs. That was a very good push.
Yeah, and it's a pretty dangerous situation. Oh, sorry about that. And this is a pretty dangerous situation. With a minute and 15 left, it's just going to be hard for Bedbug Spike to just try and get the push going, or actually get to that, or get past that, or get past 15. Now, they are going to have to play their cards right here, with not a lot of paint and movement for the Luna to move around it.
The sword, the Booyah sword, now 1v1, and Neo Snow does win that. The clean dash slash. You do die to 52. 52 is going with a rampage here. 3 dead. Will it be 4? Oh.
Yeah, that Luna. And that still has 4 now, and judging by, and they could have potentially just go down there and just like gun everybody down there, but they're not. But just gonna wait patiently on that top left here, and this is a pretty scary situation. Strikes do come out on the side. They need to go in and take tower at once, but it seems like they're just needed to get a pick down, and they do. This could be huge here, and it seems like we're gonna go into overtime now.
Now the last stand.
Oh boy. Now they need to get past 15 in order to just actually get a lead here. But it's a blinking Dynamo, but they get shut down by the hammer. Strikes do come out on the side, and it seems like that heavy was able to sneak onto tower and and it's another point for scheduled DJs. One more, and they are shopping spree champions.
That was just at the end, once again, another like chaotic event. 3 special extravaganza. That was very nice. And the flanking Dynamo was interesting to see. But they just had Hammer at the ready to stop it.
Yep. Also, it just seems like also that first push was really impressive. They were able with all this with all the pain and fighting power stacked up against Bedbug's Bite, they were able to get it to 18 and pass that checkpoint at that, making it pretty difficult, but it just seems like they were just scrambling to just try and force uh scheduled DJs off the tower in that one push. Now, it is to say that they are able now this is to say that it is one more game, and I am really excited to see what is going to happen in this final game. It's a Rainmaker Undertow. And I don't believe that there's going to be any comp changes. They're just going to go with all they have and whatnot, and they're just going to just do what they need to do.
As a sword map, Undertow it's pretty mid. Like 50% of it's good, 50% of it's bad. Kind of like Humpback, but I do think Crab might be better by a little bit on this map. You can run all three and it'll be fine. But yeah, I think we might see something different from the 52 player, or it might stick. It's taking a long time.
Well, it's just probably a talk over with this team. Either that, or we can see a weapon change from the 52, but I highly doubt that. They've been absolutely cooking on 52 lately, so I think it's just a chance for to just calm down, reset. It's the final game. It's the final game here. We can finish the game here, and if we don't get it, don't worry. We have 2 more games. So it'll be fine. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but at the same time, we could see what happens next.
The sword does get swapped for Dapple on this map, and they want to stick with their bamboo comp, it seems.
Yep. And it seems, and this first step is a doozy here, but it seems like Bedbug's Bite was able to get the pop, but the bamboo does go down early here. Your sword's chilling top right, and strikes come out from the T-Tech, and it seems like they're going to be all in a straight line too. That sword is getting poked out top right here, and it seems like it's not budging at all. 52 goes in, seeing if he can make a play here. And it's just yeah, I'm gonna leave these two over there. But it seems like that Rainmaker is just over here struggling to get a push going. It seems like that 52 is just gonna go forward and try to see if he can make a play for the Rainmaker. Strikes do come out, but it is too early. But it's kind of early, maybe. The Rain wasn't going anywhere though, but it just seems like, oh, and 2 down by the Rain as I see that. And they're gonna get the first check. Yeah, we easily. Oh, and my big mouth.
Which is dead, but still, that was great with that double from the Rain. And like on this map, especially there was no one right, so they couldn't stop the push when they were running. They only had and also the 52. Once again, look, they're going in, and they do manage to get the Rain.
That 52 has been an annoyance up until now. They were just able to get pick after pick, but they do go down. Swords chilling top right, and that bamboo just was poking at Dynamo here. And it seems like that Dapple might just be able to do it too. No, it goes down. And it seems like they're able to get a push in. They do have the crab tank is getting shredded here. Oh, and they're not going to make the most of it though. That's just pretty sad.
Alright. The sword goes in, and it does seem like they're going to be able to find one, but Dynamo just the air. Oh my! Hammer throw manages to kill Dynamo. And now it's a 1v1 between Luna and Dynamo and Dapper. They do wait for reinforcements on both sides. And now you'll see there's 3 specials on the side of
that slider did not get where the Dapple hoped for. didn't get worth the damage go for it, but the bamboo able getting 2, and it's 3 down on the side of scheduled DJs here. Crab does go out too, and it just seems like it seems like this crab is kind of just sitting around spraying its shots here, and they were just not able to find anyone. But it seems like that 52 here, poking out that sword, Dapples is able to dive in and get the Rainmaker, delaying the inevitable, but they are able to quickly pop it, and they could just get this checkpoint here. That Dynamo does go down though. Oh, and it just seems like they may be able to get it with some ease if they play their cards right, and they do.
Alright, and now I think they're going to push to a very high number on this map, going right. They're going to greats now, it seems. On this map pushing a high number is kind of difficult, especially in that choke point in the hallway. And they're going to play Star War until they have more teammates here. I do think we will get to see a big push here.
Ideally, you want to get 2 down here, and it just seems like they're just waiting, and that gal just gets 2. And it seems like they're just gonna try and retake here. Strikes do come out on the T-Tech. Here, and it seems like that this is a dead push going. Now, it is often to say that, now, like I said, it is ideally to just try and get a numbers advantage when it comes to that type of spot, but at the same time, you could just like run it for points. Just try not to wait until it's like too late.
2 dead, we might see a 2-1. We might see a T1 game state. It does seem like they're going to push more points with strikes out and whale, but the reef does come to stop it. Does get 1. I think they will be pushing it for a bit more points. Yup, 33, 29.
Oh, and they're able to get it to 3! They were able to get it to 3 with 10 seconds left. Wow. Now, I don't know if you know, but if they were able to get it past 2, or at least knockout, then we may have a new champion here, but given the circumstances, that might be difficult to do. You cannot wait around, let the other team get specials, or at the very least, just try to lose too much numbers here. Now that Luna was able to get a pick on the Dapple Dualies, and that Dynamo is just waiting around too long. They need to go forward if they want to have a chance, but it just seems like it's just a hard chance to do. Everyone is mid, and the timer is winding down. Oh, and the Dynamo is just gonna go down to Whale. And folks, we have a game on here. And it seems like Bedbugs Bite was able to keep their tournament run alive with just that.
Bedbugs Bite with the 2-1 lead, no 1-2. They didn't lose yet. They're not giving up yet. Will they be able to come back from 2-0, from 0-2? We'll find out now. It's Clam Museum now. This map, Reef is good. Crab, there are some good spots on this map. And they've just been sticking with what's been almost working, which is their bamboo comp. Could see a very interesting set here.
Now I'll be the first to admit I was starting to doubt the bamboo a little, but after that match, this has gotten more interesting. In this case, it is going to be Clan Bliss Museum here, and if Bedbugs Bite can get this one, they just might have renewed life here, and this could be an exciting end that comes to Shopping Spree. That got Shopping Spree numero 3 here, but still, this could be wild.
I said it before, kind of, but bamboo is high risk, high reward. I used to use it for some time in Splatoon 2, but if you can land almost all your shots, you're in a very good spot. So if they get some more pop-offs here, the game could be changed.
Yep. And like I said previously, if you're scheduled DJs, you would want to calm down. You'll want to calm down here. That game was just either that game was just not your map or you guys was just uncoordinated. But at the same time, we could just, it's just a reset and just focus up on this next one. Yep.
Ooh,
Oh,
beef this time.
yep. I was thinking what you were thinking, bro. Anyways, so 2-1 scheduled DJs. Let's see what this match has in store for us. And as you can see here, it is a pretty even stalemate here. But it's pretty even stalemates here. There is an early cooler out on the side of on the side scheduled DJs, and the Luna was able to get the pick on the Stamper, and it's 2 down on the side of scheduled DJs here. Here, Hammer goes in. They were able to get that Stamper and get the Dynamo as well. It looks like they're in prime position to score. They were able to get that Power Clam, and they were able to get 2 Power Clams in, and they got it all the way to 60, and that Zuko was able to get 2. And it's 3 down on the side of scheduled DJs. Holy.
That was incredible. So much chaotic moments today.
Literally a minute has gone by, and Bedbug's Bite got, oh my gosh, got 46 points on the board. That's just a wow moment. And they're able to form a power claim. If they're able to form a power claim with the Stamper, they're able to get this another push going. And it seems like that Luna is close to a hammer here. What's optimal here? Oh, they're going to go get another clam in, and it's just going to be a repeat of last time. But oh, if they could get that ball in, that would have been huge here. Oh, and they don't get it. No.
54 is the lead that scheduled DJs can come back from. Yep, now they have 2 balls. I think they'll be preparing for an opportunity soon. Whale coming out. They are getting held back in their spawn. It looks like the trade comes out from Bamboo to Sword. And Sword does get back fast, but Crab does come out. It seems that Bedbug's Bite is holding them in their base really good, but these Zukas are just amazing.
Oh, but that Zuka was so close to breaking that Booyah Bomb's armor, but that Gal here is trying to fight that Stamper here, not able to find him though. And it just seems like they're in another position to score, potentially. That Stamper here has 7, and they're able to go in and get that, and it just seems like that Stamper is just gonna keep scoring. Oh, with them, I mean Bamboo, my bad. But still, they're able to get it down to 12. Holy.
This will be a chance for a counter-attack, but I don't think they'll be able to take the lead on this one. Maybe in the next one they will. The 3 balls are
3 power clams. Now you do not want to waste a single one, but as I say that, 2 go down on the side of scheduled DJs here, and this Luna is taking advantage. Oh, and they trade out with the 52, and it's just back to square 1. Wow.
We could see a 0-2 comeback from
This
Bedbug's Bite.
This could be the most interesting shopping spree final as of now. Bedbug's Bite fight back after being down 2-0. This is just a crazy turn of events here, and it's just really exciting to see 2 pickup teams just go at it, even though they're not real teams. It's just really interesting to see this. A deliberate crab was just they had deliberate crab comes out, and it's just wow. A Stamper does go down. The shot does go down too. And it seems like the Stamper is holding forward here, and they were not yet able to get that 52, but they go down to the heavy.
That's an example of why V-Sword would have been better, because if they had a burst bomb, they would have been able to get that extra chip. And it was 90, it was really close. But now,
And you're a Stamper player too. Now, is it to say that what they would do, in your opinion?
what did you say?
Now, you're a Stamper player too, Hal. What would you say that both of these Stampers could do, but in your opinion, though? Like, what would you like to see more about these two Stampers?
Well, currently, the Sword on the side of schedule DJ is doing pretty good. As you can see, they're not, like, that was a nice booyah, but they do manage to go down. And it's just 12 to 100, so I don't think, yeah. And the Neo Sword can't do as much as Booyah with his weapon, but he was playing to his range very well and being aggressive when he was meant to be, which is very good. So yeah,
And
it could be a little bit, I guess. I just don't. They're doing pretty good as far as I would say.
All right, then. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to Game 5 of Shopping Spree number 3. And out of all of what we said of both teams, Bedbug's Bite has fought back from the brink of losing to just come back and make this game 2-2. And now, and seeing as they kind of don't have a painting weapon as a sword, at the very least, I'm quite curious to see what are they gonna do against a Dynamo and a V Heavy.
What they've been doing, the Zook has been very good from that triple at the start of the game. The Zuka always has value, so I think they're gonna stay on this. This is zone Mako. They might go strikes. It's either or.
Yep, strikes would be optimal here. Yeah, strikes would be optimal here, and I'm hoping we get to see an appearance of the Chumps Bamboozler here. It was benched. It was benched in the first game, but we could see an appearance as of to it now. And honestly, this has been a pretty good finals as of it's been a pretty good finals up until now.
Yeah, I mean, schedule with DJ's comp has more paint, and they just have better weapons, but Bedbug's Bite has just been managing to claw. They might pull out victory from the hands of defeat here, seeing as they don't have a better comp, but they've been making up for it with better plays, and we might see it again here with the same comp. Oh, chumps.
Oh, this is what I've been hoping to see here. Both of these teams are going to go out and pull out all the stops to try and get this and try to see who will be the new champion of Shopping Spree.
Wow.
And as you can see, there's 2 go down on the side of scheduled DJs and 3 down. They're in prime position to hold here, and oh my gosh, we are seeing a new team in the 5th and final game of this tournament here.
They have been the motivation. I think they were demoralized from that 0-2 at the beginning of the game, but now they're at 2-2 with an amazing opening. They're switching to the better weapons for both of their kids.
Resider comes out, but it doesn't matter. They just ended up stopping it. It is a wipeout. This could be a potential knockout on the side of, oh my gosh, on the side of Bedbug's Bite here. Chumps does go out. Dynamo was, oh no! Dynamo got canceled. And it's 2 down, 3 dead. It is just the V Heavy. And no!
That is
Ladies
crazy.
and gentlemen, from a being down 2-0, putting on a dominant display of performance in this final game, Bedbug's Bite are your new champions of Shopping Spree number 3. Hats off to them.
That was an incredible last game. Great opening, and they just kept up the pressure, and they kept getting picks. It was just
Yeah,
amazing.
and Bugs Bike just completely shutted them out here. And oh my gosh, it happened so fast. I didn't even get a simple joking or something. I don't know. but you know, but you know, I don't. But I wouldn't know though. So looking as of now, but looking at the other games, now Teapot was able to defeat Pocket Aces to become the Silver Bracket champions, and RNG was able to take the third place match over Special Calamari. Meanwhile, Agenda and Twillet are still going at it. Both are 2-2, and we will see our third place winner. But I gotta say, this is the best finals I've witnessed so far.
Oh, Agenda won the third place match, but what's kind of funny is that both of the finals for the brackets, they started out, one team got 2 wins on them, but then they managed to get 3-0 from there, coming back 2 very close sets. That was excellent.
This has just, and Agenda and Twiller has just ended. Agenda is your third place winner in Shopping Spree, and that was just an exhilarating finals. Coming back 2-0 and reverse sweeping scheduled DJs that have been very dominant, not dropping a single game up until finals. Well, and that might just be all as of now. Thank y'all for tuning in to Shopping Spree number 3, and I'm your host Ro and Tuhao, and we're signing off. Peace.
Bye.